In this video, we're going to discuss the destructible behavior. And to do so, I've got a couple volunteers around the corner from this box. I'm actually hiding behind cover, and I kind of come around this corner. There's going to be two enemies in the back of the room, and they're going to be shooting at me. Now, I've got cover, but so do they. But happily, my cover is more solid than their cover, and I can shoot through their cover and destroy it, and ultimately kill them, assuming they don't kill me first. So let me turn that on. All right, it might get a little loud here for a second. Let me go ahead and have this firefight.
Contact! Someone there.
All right, got him. Okay, so managed to kill them both. So, and you can see, I'm going to turn this off here. You can see when I shoot the boxes, they all just fall apart. Okay. So that's the destructible behavior. It only really works on an object that has a destruction animation. And I didn't really have that many objects like this to work with. Really only had maybe one or two that worked well. I did try to use some objects from GameGuru Classic, but those did not work at all. The animations just don't work the same way. And so the behavior doesn't work on those objects. Don't even try. It doesn't work. So that limits you to what you can really use this on. You really need an object that has an animation, and more specifically a destructible animation, so that it would actually work well. But this one does. This breakable crate painted is one that comes with Max and can be used for this purpose. So let's walk through the parameters. We have solid limb. This one kind of gave me some pause at first. I didn't really understand what that meant. But what I learned was that it's really a better way of describing this is how many states does this box have? So in other words, this box is solid, and when it's shot, it's destroyed. It has two states. A object could have multiple states, could have more than two states when it's being broken apart, but this object just happened to have two. So think about the objects that you have. You import new ones, or if you make new ones, think about the animation that plays and how many states there are between the solid state and the final destruction state. And that's what that number represents. Then you have the animation name. In my case, I only really had one animation on the object. Yours will likely only have one as well. So you would just choose whichever one represents the breaking apart animation. Then you have the animation speed. This is going to vary depending on the animation. You'll have to dial it in. For this particular box, 50 is the right number, but yours might vary. Then you have the collision off time. What that means is this box is still a solid box, is still a square, and when I destroy it, that square remains. The collision is there. It's really just playing an animation. It's not actually destroying anything. And so what it's doing here is it's turning that collision detection off. This is in milliseconds, so it's a quarter of a second, 250 milliseconds. Then we have the destroy at end tick box, and the next two parameters kind of go together with this checkbox. So what it's asking here is when the object is destroyed, when it's destructed, and it plays its animation, should the pieces remain visible? Should they stay there, or should they go away? Some objects, you want the debris field to clear, so it's not just cluttered mess in there. And sometimes you kind of want that cluttered mess depending on what it is. In a room like this, I probably would destroy the pieces because there would be a whole bunch of them. They would all look precisely the same. It would just be jarring. But if you only had like one box and you destroyed the box and leaving the pieces remaining, would actually be kind of a cool effect. It would make it feel more realistic. So decide for yourself, depending on the scene and what you're putting together, what makes sense in that environment. But in my case, I'm destroying when the animation plays itself out. And then we have the destroy anim trim. What this is it's a trim to that animation. So in other words, it's not going to wait for the animation to completely play itself out before it destroys it. It's going to trim off a little bit at the end. And again, how much of that really is personal preference. Watch the object play its animation and decide for yourself when the right time is for that object to just disappear, if that's the direction you're going in. And then last is just the sound. It's just what sound is it going to play when it breaks apart. That's it. So that's the destructible behavior. It's got some edge use cases right now, but I think if we get some artists that, want to put together some destructible objects, I think this could be really important because a scene in a firefight scene, you would expect there to be lots of destruction and lots of pieces flying everywhere and things like that happening. And so I think we need more of these. And this is when this behavior will come into its own, when we have more destructible objects to utilize in our scenes. So one to keep in mind for the future. That's it. If you enjoyed the video or if you learned anything new, please be sure to click the like button down below. If you're new here, if you just haven't subscribed yet, love to have you stick around. Please be sure to subscribe. And then lastly, if you'd like a notification for whenever a new video is posted, just click the bell icon and that'll let you know when a new video is ready. Thanks so much for watching all the way through. I appreciate that, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now. Hey, don't forget, there's written documentation on every behavior, even the ones I haven't covered yet, in video format on my website at www.bloodmooninteractive.com. Be sure to check that out. And if you'd like to learn more, maybe check this video out next.